Okay, for this video, I was going to go out and try and film a duck and, like, I don't know, feeding it or something, but I couldn't find any ducks. Sometimes there's ducks walking across the yard, but the ducks are not out here today. So, sorry for the lack of ducks. Here's a random video intro instead. Anyways, welcome back to the channel, guys. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you as always so much for being here. Jethro, Tull, minstrel in the gallery. One white duck out of 0, 10 exponential equals nothing at all. Because 0 times anything is nothing at all. Okay, I don't know where the white duck come from, but what an interesting title. You gotta admit, that's a really interesting title. This is going to be interesting. One white duck out of 0, 10. Okay. This album has been really, really good so far. I see that a lot of you guys have been enjoying it, and I hope that you enjoy this song as well. Before we move on, I'd like to give you guys a recommendation. I haven't done that in a really long time. And I may have recommended this band and this song to you before, but I'm going to use this video to recommend them again if you haven't heard them. And I think that you will enjoy them. Folk, rock, progressive, duh. Listen, Cicada. Around the Fire is the song I want to recommend to you them. But Cicada, this is a really good band. If you like folk, prog, anything like that, listen, let me play a little bit of it for you. Hey, why not? Listen, I'm going to talk a little bit over it. You can listen, right? Flute intro. I'm going to skip around in this specific song. I'll link it below, but I want you to listen to Around the Fire by Cicada. Okay, let me skip. Here. Enjoying that already. Very Jethro. It's all right. Oh yeah, oh yeah, and I kind of skipped it, but female lead vocals as well. A little moody here. Let's skip ahead. Hold on. I promise you'll like it. Well, I don't promise, but I think that you guys will like it. So that's Cicada. That would be Around the Fire. But for now, let's listen to a little Jethro Tull. I had to exit Minstrel in the Gallery to go to Cicada. Now we're back to Minstrel in the Gallery. One white duck. Let's go.
1, 2, 3. There's a haze on the skyline to wish me on my way, and there's a note on the telephone, some roses on a tray, and the motorway stretching right out to us all. As I pull on my old wings, one white duck on your wall, isn't it just too damn real? One white duck on your wall, one duck on your wall. Catch a ride on your violin, strung up on your bow, and I'll float on your melody, sing your chorus soft and low. There's a picture of you postcard to say that I called. You can see from the fireplace one white duck on your wall. Isn't it just too damn real? One white duck on your wall, one duck on your wall, one duck on your wall. contentment where the long restless rustle of high-heel boots calls. And I'm probably bound to deceive you after all. Something must be wrong with me and my brain if I'm so patently unrewarding. But my dreams are for dreaming and best left that way. And my 0 to your power of 10 equals nothing at all. There's no double lock defense, there's no chain on my door. And I'm available for consultation. But remember, your way is also my way out. And love's four-letter word is no compensation. Well, I'm the black ace dog handler, I'm a waiter on skates. So don't you jump to your foreskin conclusion, 'cause I'm up to my deaf ears in cold breakfast trays. To be clear before I can dine on your sweet Sunday lunch confusion.
I feel like we're really playing into this troubadour, jongleur kind of atmosphere that the album has totally just encompasses itself. And this is a nice acoustic opener to the second side of the album before we move into Baker Street Muse, which is like the epic that takes up the rest of the side from here on. Once again, Martin, you got to be in love with his guitar playing. To be honest, ever since getting into like doing this channel and especially listening to a lot of prog, Martin is like one of those guitarists that immediately stands out to me just with the way that he plays. It's extremely melodic. It's very playful. It's so above. And for someone who's not a guitarist and really doesn't know anything about guitars, listening to people like Martin Barre, listening to people like Steve Howe, Steve Hackett, it's made me really appreciate guitar in a different way that I haven't before. Still not like, I wouldn't still say a deep understanding, but definitely a deeper appreciation. Hearing guitarists like that really take the music to a totally different level. Because yes, everything else sounds wonderful here as well. Obviously Ian sounds great, but it's just Martin. I mean, I'm always impressed by him, but I'm always looking forward to what he's going to come up with next. He's one of those musicians that whenever they do something, you're like, oh man, how did they do that? And then they show you, and then you're like, how did you do that? I like how this song kind of changes atmosphere about halfway through, which actually now looking at it, I guess it's not necessarily, I mean, it is one song, but it's supposed to be kind of split into two parts. So it's One White Duck, and then 0, 10 equals nothing at all, which you do notice the change in the music there. I also like by the time that the chorus comes in on One White Duck, I like those little string plucks that happen. That's one of those sounds that always gets me. Of course, it lends itself to classical music and string arrangements, and I love the way that that's introduced here and used here. I also really enjoy the way that he sings One White Duck at the end of each of the verses. He just puts a little bit of a pillowy, melodic spin on it. It just ends very nicely. I'll see if I can find one really quick here. Here you go.
One white duck on your wall.
Love that speed up. And then the plucking.
One duck on your wall.
Yeah. I don't know why I did this for plucking. Plucking's like that. Not like this.
Nothing at all.
He still ends it with a little something when he talks about nothing at all. And listening to this track, it reminded me a little bit, maybe at heart, of Wondering Aloud from Aqualung. It just has that same kind of acoustic setup, but the performance of the acoustics are kind of what makes it. And I think they have kind of a similar flow. Let's talk about these lyrics here, which I have no idea what this one white duck is. There's a haze on the skyline to wish me on my way, and there's a note on the telephone, some roses on a tray. And the motorway's stretching right out to us all as I pull out my own wings, one white duck on your wall. Isn't it just too damn real? One white duck on your wall. So he's saying basically like he's a duck. He's comparing himself to a duck because he says, I pull on my old wings. So the only reason I can imagine a duck being on someone's wall is basically as a trophy. So he's saying that he's just a trophy, something to be placed on the mantle, something to collect dust, just a hunt, just a piece of prey. Preyed upon, hunted upon, and now just left decorating the walls. He feels like he's just a duck on your wall. One duck on your wall. I'll catch a ride on your violin, strung upon your bow. And of course you get the violin in there. And I'll float on your melody, sing your chorus soft and low. There's a picture of you, postcard to say that I called. You can see from the fireplace, one white duck on your wall. One white duck on your wall. So he's like, I'll float your melody, I'll sing you the chorus, but I'm just going through the motions. I'm just kind of here. And then the second half, 0, 10 exponent, or exponential equals nothing at all. So fly away Peter and fly away Paul from the fingertip ledge of contentment. Is that like Peter, Paul, and Mary? Isn't that a folk group? I think so. I've never listened to them, so I don't know. Peter, Paul, from the fingertip ledge of contentment and long restless rustle of high-heeled boots call. And I'm probably bound to deceive you after all. Something must be wrong with me and my brain if I'm so patently unrewarding. But my dreams are for dreaming and best left that way, and my 0 to your power of 10 equals nothing at all. Okay, that's actually a really nice line. So the lines, but my dreams are for dreaming and best left that way. It's better that he just keeps his dreams as that and never acts upon it or tries anything else. And then he says, and my 0 to your power of 10 equals nothing at all. If he's not putting in any effort, if he's a 0, no matter what the other person is, when you put those two together, it's going to equal nothing at all. It's actually a really cool way of putting that and of phrasing that. I like that a lot. I've never thought about that. I mean, he's thought of it. There's no double lock defense. There's no chain on my door. And I'm available for consultation. But remember, your way in is also my way out. And love's 4-letter word is no compensation. Now that's a harsh verse. He's saying, I'm open, I'm available. If you want to talk to me, there's no double lock. Just ask. But remember, if you open up this can of worms, if you open that door, that's my way out as well. So you sure you want to open that door? That is so cool. And love's 4-letter word is no compensation. No amount of saying love this and I love you that is going to help you. Well, I'm the Black Ace dog handler. I'm a waiter on skates, so don't you jump to your foreskin conclusion. Because I'm up to my deaf ears in cold breakfast trays to be cleared before I can dine on your sweet Sunday lunch confusion. I feel like throughout this whole song, he's basically kind of saying like, I'm being used, I'm just kind of here. And the only time I'll get any sort of attention in any way is at like a sweet Sunday lunch confusion. Like the end of the week. You know? That's at least kind of what I'm getting to. There's a lot going on here, but there's some sort of relationship mess up going on. Hey, let me know what you guys thought of the track. Let me know what you guys think of Cicada Around the Fire if you go ahead and listen to that. Like I said, I'll link it below. But I hope you listen to that, and I hope that you enjoy it, and I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you enjoyed myself. You can let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. You can follow me on Twitter. You can support the channel on Patreon. You can do so much, but I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. Come back tomorrow. Have a wonderful rest of your day, guys. And I'll see you later. Bye.